Hey, what's up guys? My name is Jedith. Mythic Plus is finally here for the War Within, so I figured I would make a video of my favorite WeakAuras that honestly will make your life so much easier and just really simplify things when it comes to group play, Mythic Plus, trying to find keys, remembering what keystones you have, all that type of stuff. These are things that I really just wish were built into the game, so I'm going to give you my 5 favorite WeakAuras and a couple bonus ones at the end just for good measure. If you're looking to maximize your gold earnings in the War Within, or even just be a bit better about managing your money, TSM is the one-stop tool to help you become the gold goblin you were always meant to be. TSM can help you manage your auctions with ease, making sure you're not underselling your items or overpaying for your raid consumables every week. I've been grinding out professions pretty hard so far in the War Within, and TSM is able to help me figure out exactly what I should be crafting and what will make me the most profit. One of my favorite features is the sniper feature, which allows you to find and purchase items listed well below market value, which you can then resell for profit. TSM now has new premium packages that help you elevate your gold making by tapping into TSM's vast database to help you make informed decisions on what to buy and when to sell. Use my link in the description to get 15% off your first purchase of a premium TSM package. Okay, so this first one, I mentioned this before every season. I mentioned it all the time in Dragonflight because it's awesome. I love it. This is the Plaque QT Nameplate Glows, and this just works with any nameplate setup that you might have already, whether you're using default nameplates, you might be using Plater, Tidy Plates, Neat Plates, Fancy Plates, I don't know, all the different add-ons. This works with all of them. It just goes right on top of whatever nameplates you have. It adds things that just make mechanics and shows you what's happening a lot more clearly than you might be seeing otherwise. If there's a frontal going on a boss, it puts this big cast bar on top of the mob's nameplate with the big words that says frontal, and it counts down, so it's really hard to miss. Sometimes you might miss when this is happening. It might not be very clear, so this just makes it very, very clear for you. It also glows their nameplates if there's a cast that needs to be kicked immediately. It'll highlight mobs that you need to be careful of. It'll show you the boss mechanics, like on this one, the last boss of Necrotic Wake, where you have to keep moving and dodge the swirlies on the ground. This one tells you to go behind the ad or go behind a tank because there's the frontal, he's going to throw the cleaver. So when you go to install this, obviously I would definitely recommend reading through all of the little notes and the description and whatnot. It tells you exactly what all the colors mean. It gives you some info on, adjusting the position of things if you find that they're slightly off, or if you want to change the size of them if you find they're too big, or you want to make them smaller, or whatever. All of that info is in the description here. So again, just go to this link, copy the import string, and you'll be good to go. Right, so this next one is kind of a 2-for-1 thing. So this is going to be revolving around your group damage potions. And not just damage potions, but everything else, like invis pots. There's a tank potion, there's the grotesque vials you can use when you die. You use it when you're dead, and you put a little healing pool on the ground. But essentially what this does, though, is it tracks your group's potion cooldowns. I have mine placed down here. It will show you when somebody in your group has actually used a damage potion. So this is a good way just to kind of keep tabs on your group and make sure, people are actually doing what they're supposed to be doing, using their damage potions. By the way, you're supposed to use damage potions in keys. I'm telling you, if you guys just start using damage potions, even if they're the rank 1 potions, your damage will skyrocket. You'll increase your chance of success. You'll do more damage. You'll be higher on the meters. Just trust me. Start using damage potions as soon as they're up. Use them on cooldown. They're a 5-minute cooldown. Just send them. So this WeakAura helps you track all of the people in your group that are using them. You can see if they're using them, if they're not using them. And I've set this up to also work with the other things, with the other potions, like Potion of Unwavering Focus. This is the other kind of damage potion, the Fixate one. There's the Tempered Potion. I have Invis Pots here. I have the Grotesque Vials, like I said, and the Frontline Potion. So once you install this, you can place it wherever you want. You can just drag it around, place it on your screen, wherever you feel that it's going to be the most useful. That's all you need to do. Now, the other part of this is this macro right here. And again, I will put this down in the description of the video where you can just copy paste this. And essentially what this does is it makes an all-in-one damage potion macro that you can press. So what it does is it uses all of the different possibilities of what the potions could be. So if you're getting potions from a cauldron, say you're in a raid and your raid puts down a cauldron and you get free potions from it, those have different names than the regular potions that you might buy off the auction house. They're called fleeting potions. So it's a fleeting tempered potion. And the regular ones you get off the auction house are just the tempered potions, right? So what this does is it prioritizes using the free ones that you're getting from the cauldron first. It'll prioritize using a fleeting rank 3. If you don't have a fleeting rank 3, it'll use a regular rank 3. If you don't have that, it'll look for a fleeting rank 2. If you don't have a fleeting rank 2, it'll use a normal rank 2, so on and so forth. So you don't have to worry about like switching what potions you have on your hotkey, you know, as you get them or as you run out of them. You can just use this macro and it'll use the best of whatever you have at that moment. All right, and this is going to be another 2-for-1. I guess this really isn't my top 5. There's going to be a lot more than 5. I apologize, but hey, top 5 sounds better, right? What this one's going to be is quality of life when it comes to joining keys or playing with pugs. So what this does is whenever you enter a dungeon with a group and the dungeon matches the dungeon on your keystone, it'll notify you with big text that pops up on your screen and says that it's your key. So if we look at the text settings in the WeakAura, it essentially says that it's your key at this level and this dungeon name. It'll flash it on your screen. It'll stay there for 15 seconds. It'll pop up whenever you guys do a ready check. So that's, you know, to make sure that you're ready. You know what's going on. Right before the key gets put in, it alerts you that it is your key and you should, you know, go ahead, put your key in, get ready. So you'll never forget that it's actually your key. You won't get into those awkward situations where the demon hunter is mad at you because you didn't realize that your key was supposed to go in and they pressed meta and now their meta is wasted. Now this other WeakAura is called the LFG display dungeon name on invite. That's a mouthful, but essentially what it does is whenever you join a pug group, it will say on the screen in text exactly what it was you just joined. It'll know what you applied to, and then it'll know what group actually accepted you. So if you're the type of person who's applying to 3, 4, 5 different dungeons at once, and then one of them accepts you and you don't quite remember which one it was, this will tell you. It'll tell you right on the screen, hey, this was the +7 Arakara. So you'll always know exactly what you're getting into. All right, and now this one's going to be very useful in the coming weeks. Clickable dungeon teleport buttons. So as you start timing these Mythic Plus dungeons on +10, you'll be given portals to those dungeons. You can get there directly. You don't have to actually fly there. If you get this WeakAura, what it does is it gives you clickable buttons right on the little icon here. So you can just click it and it'll start your teleport to that dungeon. Now, like I said, you have to earn these teleports. So if you don't already have them, you're going to have to time the dungeon on a +10 first, and that gives you the teleport. Now, I have 2 of them already because they were from previous seasons. These dungeons were from the Shadowlands, so I earned these teleports in Shadowlands, but all these other ones I've not yet learned yet, so I will have to, you know, time these dungeons at a +10, and then once I do, this WeakAura will allow me to just click on the icon here and teleport straight there, rather than having to go into my spell book and, you know, find which subcategory it's into and then, you know, try to remember what the icon looks like. We don't need to do any of that. It just puts the icon right in this window here and you can click on it and go right there. And there are a couple of these types of WeakAuras floating around, but this is the only one that I've found as of right now that weren't kicking back errors, giving me Lua errors, saying that there were bugs. This one seems to be working perfectly well. All the other ones haven't quite been updated, I think. So definitely recommend getting this one over all of the other ones. All right, and now I highly recommend that you get a Dungeon WeakAura pack if you don't have one already. There is a brand new one on the block that a lot of people are trying out and experimenting with, and I've heard a lot of great things about it. So this one is by Tarithal. It's the Season 1 dungeons for the War Within. This is, you know, just somebody's little personal pack that they made for themselves. They've started sharing it with others, and others have really been enjoying it. It's pretty lightweight. It gives you very good information, and it has some very niche WeakAuras that I think could be really useful in these newer dungeons, or even the older ones that you might not have experience with. This could really help you learn some of those mechanics and just be a bit more aware of what's going on. So this is the one that I'm going to be trying for a little bit. I'll see if I like it, and if I feel like I'm not really vibing with it, we always have the safe fallback of the Kazizi War Within dungeon pack. And, you know, this one has been around for many tiers. We've used this one in the past. And I was using this for the first few weeks of the War Within, and it worked amazingly. So I'm going to leave that one up to you. You can use either the Tarithal one, or you can use the Kazizi one. Both are incredible. I just recommend that you get at least one of these. Don't go into these dungeons raw dogging it, okay? You need some type of WeakAura pack to track timings and just so you know what mechanics are happening. Now, if you guys know any other super clutch WeakAuras that you think other people would appreciate, make sure to let us know down in the comments and I'll check them out. If I like them, maybe I'll make a part 2 of this video and we can share them and maybe I'll credit you. And now just the quick bonus weak aura that I want to plug real quick is my Havoc Demon Hunter weak aura pack. So this is the Havoc one. This has been designed specifically for me, for my needs, by me and my friends. We all work together on it, and I think it is probably the best Havoc weak aura pack out there. It is made by a Havoc main for Havoc mains, okay? Some of the other weak aura packs out there, they're functionally great. They do what they're supposed to do, but they're made by people who don't necessarily main Havoc, right? They're out there making weak aura packs for all different classes and specs, and you know what? We really appreciate that they do that. They do an amazing job, but sometimes you just want something a little bit more specialized. And this weak aura pack has things in here that I think are super specific to the needs of a Havoc main. We have this cool bar system where the fell rushes are on orange bars right in the middle, and you can see they regenerate as they come up off cooldown. We have Vengeful Retreat over here on pink. We have Sigil of Flame as the green bar. We have our interrupt here as white. Now you don't have to use this if you have a different interrupt tracker. It's just here for the people that don't have an interrupt tracker. And then down here we have Sigil of Misery. Then you have your Fury bar up here. We have a Rage Fire tracker. So this green bar is essentially the duration of your immolation aura. As you see it ticking across, it tells you the duration on your immo. And then once it hits the far left, that's when your immolation aura is going to fall off and your Rage Fire explodes. And of course, that'll indicate multiple different green lines when you have multiple immolation auras going. There's also the aura bar at the top that shows you your standing buffs. We have Student of Suffering, Demonic, Unbound Chaos, everything you need, all the buffs that you need to be tracking, whether it's initiative or momentum, inertia, all of it is tracked in the aura bar right in the center of your screen. And this has been fully updated for both of the new hero talent trees, Felscard and Eldrazi Reaver. It works exquisitely, super proud of it. So if you guys want to get this for your Havoc Demon Hunter, whether you're a main or you have a Havoc Demon Hunter alt, definitely check it out. We also have a Vengeance version, and let me just switch to Vengeance real quick to show you. So this is the Vengeance version. It's more or less the same as Havoc, just with, Vengeance specific things. We have Demon Spikes here. We have Sigil of Flame right there. We have our Infernal Leaps, Infernal Strike, all the different sigils. We have a Soul Fragment tracker at the top up there. Everything you would need to play Vengeance is all integrated into this one weak aura pack. So you can get both the Havoc and the Vengeance one, and you're all set to play Demon Hunter for the War Within. So yeah, links to all of these weak auras, all of the ones I mentioned for Mythic Plus and for Demon Hunter will be linked in the description below. Hope you guys have a great first week of Mythic Plus, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.